Ahoy fellas, Frankie Days back here again on YouTube. Today on YouTube I have an update build report on Frankie Days Battle of Britain group build featuring my 1/24 scale Airfix Spitfire Mark 1. I got a little good news for you fellas. I got my software all loaded up on my computer with my new camera I have. And I'm pretty new at this. So this presentation is going to be kind of like trial and error a little bit, but it will get better as I go along. It's kind of like my first YouTube presentation I done. It was a clusterfuck from get-go first one, but it got better as my videos progressed. And I've been at this, folks, I've been at this for about almost 16, 17 hours straight trying to figure this thing out. And since I have a new window right here, it's Windows 8, and this software was actually designed for Windows 7, so it works just equally well for Windows 8 as Windows 7. So therefore, I just more or less try to figure out how everything goes. So I got pretty much figured out. Everything is done in stills, you know. It's like making a movie. You start one here and loads up as it goes along. But all you fellas probably do understand. Anybody that's computer literate, you know, they it's child's play to them. But to know fart in the wind like me, it's like learning how to walk. But once upon a time, you guys were once walking too, so everybody crawls for a while and you start learning how to walk. So I'm starting learning how to walk right now. And anyway, getting back to the build, just rambling, fellas. So anyway, be all sure I got my new video on here. It's all ready to go. And so I'm going to go ahead and make an introduction of everything. Then we'll go ahead and use the my new camera, and we'll turn it over and see how it goes, and we'll go along with the group build here. So so far on the group build, on the update of my Spitfire group build, I've got the fuselage temporarily taped together. They haven't been glued. The engine's been installed. It's been glued inside the right hand side of the fuselage half, and it fits very, very well, very decent. I was very amazed that it fit good. I was pretty skittish at first for all that wiring I put into it. It may presume some kind of a problem. So anyway, therefore I fitted it inside the motor mount. It fits like I love. It fits great. No problems at all. So that's a hell of a relief right there in my end of the line. But the reason being why the fuselage ain't glued together is because you got two tabs that fit inside the trailing edge of the vertical fin, which the rudder hooks up to. It's got to be installed inside the fuselage first. Plus the tail wheel yoke has got to be glued inside the fuselage first. Once those three parts are glued inside the right hand side of the fuselage, I can go ahead and close the fuselage up and go from there. So right now, folks, I'm going to turn over next to my camera right now, and we'll take a walkthrough and we'll see how it goes. So right now, I'm flipping over to my new camera. So stay focused. Here I go. Okay, fellas, here it is, switched over to my new camera right now. I'm zooming in on my Merlin engine, which was installed inside the engine, the fuselage. As you can see, it fits quite nicely in there. Everything lines up perfect. That engine, I got about almost 5 days invested in my engine, so I'm going back a little bit. As you can see, the left side of the fuselage, some of the canopy detail that's there. The tape right there is holding the fuselage together until it's glued. There it is, my rudder right there, my fin, where my stick is at right there. That's where those tabs got to be glued. They got to be glued inside the right hand side of the fuselage, where that fuselage is closed up, also along with the tail wheel yoke too. And once that's all done, the fuselage can be glued back together again. So I'm going forward towards the engine again. That Merlin looks sharp. I like it. The more time you spend on these fellas, the better they look. All that wiring on there is wired just like the real engine is. I'm switching around on the right side of the fuselage. Excuse my big nasty old hand right there. You don't need that paint thinner right there. There you go. That's a good bingo. There's the right side of my fuselage of my Merlin engine. You can see that tape right there holding it together. The motor fits very nicely inside that compartment. And I was very happy that it fitted in there. Well, that wiring there, I was kind of skittish, fellas. I was thinking maybe I was going to have some problems, but it's there. As you can see, it fits. It fits just like it's supposed to be on the real machine, and it's good. I like it there, and that's the way it's going to be. That's where it's going to stay. So here's the right side of the fuselage. You can see a little bit more of the cockpit right there. There's a gun sight right in front of the pilot's seat. This camera will do justice. I just got to learn how to operate it, fellas. As you can see, we got more clarity of my work than was on that webcam right there. That's the purpose of having this camera. So therefore, I can be able to show my work a lot more clearly and have tutorials too, as they added on here. This is a remarkable piece of software I have here, fellas. I had no idea all the software and everything is involved to make this thing possible like this. So right now I'm getting to be like everybody else is now. I'm starting to have a decent camera, so I'm switching over to the left side of the fuselage right there. There's a box art right there behind it on my Spitfire. And we'll take another glance at the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. And all the wiring detail is pretty good there. I added more wire to it since the last video. And I'm pretty happy with the installation of the motor. As you notice on the chassis of where the inspection panels are on the fuselage, those little holes have to be just widened a little bit. I got a pin vise with a 0.001 drill I can use. I can go ahead and open those holes a little wider, so therefore it'll accept the inspection panels. It'll fit flush to the fuselage. There again is a little more detail to the cockpit, as you can see. On the Merlin engine right there, you can see those little small holes right there along the chassis where the inspection panels fit at. They got to be drilled out more to accept the panels. And looks like that'll be that on the update. So I'm taking it out of the zoom. Now I'm gonna go back to my webcam. I can finish up my video, and there you go, fellas. There's the little walk around using my new camera. And guys, send me some of your comments, see what you think. I know I made a lot of mistakes. It'll get better as it goes along, fellas. You know, this is new to me, so the more I do this, the better it's going to be. So I like it so far. It's a good camera. It works, does its job, and it'll get better as I go along. And that completes the update build report of Frankie Days Battle of Britain group build. That was number 4. So please stay tuned for number 5, which is right around the corner. And before I close off here, I'd like to wish everybody thank you for tuning in. And please subscribe. And all your comments are very welcome and honored. And Alex, I hope you got some good sleep. And get back to your modeling. That modeling will soothe the savage beast in you. And you'll be able to get back into the YouTube and showing the fine work of your Big E and other builds you got going on. Remember, now less hours. Don't put all 16 hours, buddy. God darn, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to be one miserable man, sir. You're going to be old before your time. Believe you me, I've been there and done that. A lot of fellows on here have been there and done that. Like Darren, like he got hurt because of that. So, lesson learned, and this lesson must be heeded. So anyway, the crooks will be out there. Do your job like you always do, and you'll be okay. Get some sleep, buddy. And Aaron, thanks a lot for these cigars. They're excellent. Clint, thank you. And Panzerville, welcome aboard on my group build. Like I said, we got 30 days. Got plenty of time, so finish up on your plate before you get started. And here's Frankie Day again. I'm back on here to sign off. I'd like to wish everybody out there a happy modeling. And we'll catch you on the next update, group build, number 5, of Frankie Days Battle of Britain group build, featuring my 1/24 scale Airfix Spitfire Mark I. We'll see you, boys. We'll see you next video. Bye now, boys.